Whoa, Acolyte, baby. Woo,
That
woo.
threw me off because I was about to talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Lost Holocron Podcast, the Star Wars Rewatch podcast, where this week we are talking episodes 1 and 2 of The Acolyte. With me, I'm your host, Didge, and with me, as always, are Jamie and AJ. AJ, how you doing today?
Sleepy,
Yep.
but I'm also excited to talk that clay with you guys.
I am also excited. I'm also very sleepy. Jamie, how about you? Are you rounding us out? All three of us being sleepy. How we doing? How are you doing today?
I feel like I don't know what reasons y'all are sleepy, but as I was telling Did, I got allergies and the high pollen. It's just making my whole body shut down. So I literally fell asleep on stream earlier today. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all later.
Is that what that was about? I saw you tell Trayvon like I didn't see your message because I was asleep.
Yep.
I thought it was like he responded to something from yesterday.
No, Trayvon was in my chat and he said something, and I did not respond because I was asleep.
Oh man, that is crazy.
It's just a sleepy week for everybody.
It
Sleepy
is,
weekend.
life been lifing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But that's not why we here. We are here today, as I said from the jump, to talk the Acolyte, the first of the the June of very great shows.
Woo.
So this is going to be a very fun month. But we are here to talk the Acolyte, and I don't know how I want to start this. I didn't go that far. I guess let's just give a quick synopsis of what the series overall is about. The stage is at the end of the High Republic era. Did they give a approximation of how many years before Phantom Menace? Do you remember, AJ?
150.
Okay, so we'll go with that. Somebody will definitely correct us if we're wrong. I know it's between like 1 and 200. So, this is basically a murder mystery show where Jedi are mysteriously dying, and we have a Jedi Master who is investigating these crimes, which leads him back to one of his former Padawan. And it sort of reveals these dark forces that seemingly were previously hidden throughout the galaxy. The very first scene, it starts off telling you how the Sith were believed to be extinct. But there are these hidden figures who are practicing the dark side of the Force, basically under the Jedi's nose. So it's very much a mystery show, and if you haven't watched episodes 1 and 2, this is going to be full of spoilers, so definitely go back and watch that first before you come back here. First things first, first thing we see is Jedi Master Indara. She's attacked. I thought she was going to pull away from the fight because from the trailer, as we have all said, we thought we saw her in more scenes. But she is killed basically because she's trying to save civilians.
Yep.
And we find out there that the assailant, so to speak, is a former Padawan, Osha. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Osha,
but it's Mandalorian.
Correction. She wasn't the Padawan of Saul. May was the Padawan of Saul. Osha wasn't.
I thought it was the opposite.
Osha was presumed dead.
I thought May was presumed dead and Osha was the...
Maybe. I'm getting confused.
I mean, to be fair,
the bad one was
could be right.
I don't even remember which one's name as well.
May is the bad one. May is the bad one.
Oh, May was presumed dead.
Because at the time, we only knew Osha, obviously played in the Doro by Amanda Stenberg. Stenberg. I was about to pronounce her last name all wrong. She was Soul's Padawan who left the Jedi. She's basically doing like mechanics work. I don't know what you want to call it.
Astromech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the opposite, I guess, because this is before we know the twist that May is still alive. She's seemingly out for revenge. That's when she kills. I was gonna call her Trinity again on accident. But that's when she kills Master Indara, and that's how we sort of get to her, like where she's at now, because Yord, and I forgot his Padawan's name. That's very, very unfortunate.
I don't know.
Jeki. Jackie.
Yeah.
I thought,
We're
wasn't it Soul?
no, well,
Wasn't
Yord.
that?
That is so. But remember, Yord and Yord and Jackie, they both showed up to get her, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then once they get her, not even necessarily to Coruscant, because she makes her escape and everything. That's when you get the the reconnection between her and Soul, and that's where you see what I at the time we thought was a vision of May, because you see them talking. That's when we first got the inkling. I think Jamie, you were thinking that it might have been some type of split personality thing. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, AJ had a lot of the theories in this episode, and I was just piggybacking off of him.
Wow!
It sounds like maybe he could have been right, but with a twist.
Wow! That's how we're doing this now. Now that theory was kind of proven wrong, it was AJ's theory.
I was just giving credit,
It's
It wasn't
crazy,
like
huh? It's crazy, huh, AJ?
it was a very believable thing until we got further, Dang, why you gotta spin it first? It's like, Jamie, why you just taking ideas? Now it's like, Jamie giving credit to bad ideas. Like, I can't win. I can't win.
To be fair, my first theory was that she was being controlled.
Yes.
Right.
And then later on throughout the episode, I was like, yeah, shit, it's not being controlled or anything. But I do think Jamie was the one that said, yeah, I can't remember what you said actually, but it was something like, shit, what was it?
I thought it was
It
split personality.
was something twin related. She did say that first, but I can't remember what it was. It was like a psychic relation. I can't remember what it was, but it was something in that.
Yeah. Either way, this series was the first episode for sure was very much steeped in mystery because
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something. Sorry.
Oh, well, I did want to say something about because the first time we see May is the evil one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the first time we see her, she has like this. I don't know if it's a mark that appears and goes away on her forehead, but like Andara saw it. And I tried to keep an eye out for it as the episode continued and we got into the second episode, and I didn't really remember seeing it again. So I was kind of curious about that.
So what it is that you're probably getting confused between May and Osha. So May is the one with the marking. She continues to have that marking throughout the episode. Osha doesn't.
I don't remember seeing it, but if you saw it, then that's cool.
So with those two, there's only two distinct differences between the two, in which is the long hair and the marking on their forehead. One doesn't have the marking and one does.
I didn't notice the difference in the hair length, to be honest.
I noticed that later on because she got she got the bangs and then the short hair, and they got the bangs, but she got little strands of long hair. I personally don't agree with that hairstyle, but it did. Fuck out.
So that's not given.
That's fair. I guess, like I said, I didn't notice. I'm gonna be more cognizant of that next episode. But first things first, let's talk about the reveal that it wasn't a possession thing. It wasn't a split personality or anything. It's the fact that her twin sister is still alive, seemingly through mysterious means, because everybody seemed very, very convinced that she should be dead. And she's basically out for revenge. I wonder, my early theory on that is for the fact that they left her. But how did you guys like that reveal or sort of the twist?
So the funny thing is that May thought Osha was dead.
Right.
But Osha also thought May was dead.
Right.
And that's why I think May is going on this killing spree, is to get revenge for his sister. And that reveal of them seeing each other, that could do something differently to the plot now. She might not be looking for revenge, but trying to bring her sister to her side. Maybe.
I could see that. I kind of thought it was like both of them thought the other was dead, but when May saw Osha, I feel like it was a moment of relief. It was like, oh, I was wrong actually, but I still feel like they both were really like crushed over the loss of their like entire family and not just like each other. So I
Yeah.
still think May
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
go
yeah.
through with like whatever her plan is, but now it's like maybe a little less motivation. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good
Fair enough.
point.
Yeah.
It I feel like the revenge aspect is still going to be there.
Hmm.
Um
I think it's
because
going to be there until we get the acolyte into the picture, and
fair.
everything is just going to be turned upside down.
So the
Yeah,
acolyte is a thing. What is it?
Wait, what?
What is the acolyte?
Well, the definition of an acolyte is the student of a Sith. So,
Oh.
so technically, May is the acolyte, and the
Uh-huh.
masked man is the Sith.
yeah.
That's what I
Uh,
guess. That's what everybody's presuming, at least.
Right. And,
'Cause there's
and
always
to be
two.
fair, that could very much switch again, but it feels like, to your point, I could see this another twist of, we're assuming that the antagonist of the series is May,
mm-hmm.
but we don't know if that's going to get subverted again. Where, I mean, obviously, we were already immediately subverted when thinking that OSHA was whatever, for whatever means, doing this stuff, going out and killing all of these Jedi, and
Yeah.
doing it in interesting ways, like having to make sure that she does at least one of the killings without a weapon is interesting.
And she
Um,
challenged all of them in like a honorable way, I guess, instead of just trying to kill them in their sleep or something.
except for Soul. So
Mm.
there's clearly a little bit more bad blood there. Now we're starting to sort of blend the two episodes together. Much like how when we started Bad Batch, how I said I felt like those first few episodes really made sense to premiere together because they fit as two sides of a whole. I do think the same with these two episodes. Um, Leaving off, if we would have only gotten the first episode and leaving off where May was sort of, that was when the end of the first episode was at that cliff scene where we saw the masked person, we saw their lightsaber obviously ignite and stuff. It would have felt kind of unfinished.
Mhm.
So immediately going into that second episode and being able to sort of get that first interaction, like, well, now they should theoretically know that the other is alive.
Yeah.
Like, I know Grief does a lot of things, you could try to block that out or whatever, but it's like, you know, your sister's here.
Mm.
Where does that go from the story? I like sort of leaving with that.
Mm. Yeah, because May could ask the Sith, be like, "Yo, I thought you said like she died, like she's alive," and then like maybe they'll have a little kerfuffle. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. We don't know what that the Sith has promised May in, like, during the training.
Yeah.
We still don't really fully know what caused OSHA to turn away from the Jedi. Like, we know it was a lot of still dealing with her grief, but what was that triggering moment? Because you would assume she's been dealing with the grief since she started.
You
So,
know,
like,
I feel like, and we kind of talked about this a little bit when we were watching the episodes, but I think that like Soul or like somebody on the Jedi side, even Yord, I was kind of looking at kind of sus. Like, I think one of them, if not the both of them, if not even more people, aren't who they say that they are, and they're actually like maybe not necessarily doing like, I guess, Sith things, but
mhm.
just, you know, the Jedi can go about things in like not great ways sometimes, and maybe that was one of those moments for May, like witnessing what the Jedi did and vowing to get revenge.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I feel like even though this is set outside of the entire Skywalker saga, some of the issues that plague the Jedi Council there, you can start seeing the beginnings of those here. AJ, I want to turn it to you just in regards to the era that it's set in. I know that's something that we had been talking about wanting to see more in live action. So I wanted to hear how are you liking sort of how the High Republic era is brought to life, and then even still with sort of how I was talking about how some of the the ramifications of what's going on in, I can't even call it present day because it's like present day, I guess, is Rey's era, but you know what I mean, like the sort of the
Mhm.
beginning of the Skywalker saga. How are you liking how they're trying to bridge those together?
I'm liking it so far. I'm liking that they haven't brought in Yoda yet, um,
Mm-hmm.
because of the whole issue with what he said. I think it was in Phantom Menace, maybe, or maybe Revenge. I can't remember. It was either Phantom Menace or Revenge. Maybe no, Revenge of the Sith. I think I can't remember, but yeah. Overall, I am enjoying everything. Especially from reading the novels, I like that they're bringing everything to life. I do like the product design. I do like the world design of everything. Um, the characters are awesome. I love Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Um, love OSHA. I guess slash May as well.
Mm.
I do not like one character, which is Yord.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say
He
it somehow.
it's
The
he's
one
annoying.
black man AJ doesn't like.
Yep. Call me a
Confirmed.
racist, I guess.
No, I'm
Call
just
me a
kidding.
racist, I guess. But yeah. Um
He
overall,
is sus.
For sure is.
He's on my
oh my
sus list.
oh my goodness. He is not sus. He is just
He's sus.
Oh, I think he's just sussing like he's a jerk. Like,
yeah, he's
Uh,
just a jerk. Yes.
mm,
Someone brought this up before, like the Jedi are like a metaphor for polices. I've heard that on TikTok by somebody, and
mm,
that I think that's a good description because you can tell like the differences. With Yord, he's trigger happy. You can tell with during a scene where he tries to quickly reach for his lightsaber when OSHA was reaching for a droid and nothing else.
mm-hmm.
Um, you can
yeah.
also with Endara, she says that she doesn't they don't use a lightsaber just to use it. And May says that yes y'all do.
Mm,
And I think that's like a good commentary of today's world right now, which I really do enjoy. I just want to bring that up because that was just a good point. I forgot the TikTok who brought that up, but that was just a good point. So yeah, I'm loving
mm.
everything that they're bringing together with the acolyte.
I actually want to touch on that sentence. I forgot that she did say that, and that's a we were talking earlier, like what could have led to sort of the thirst for revenge.
Mhm.
We're led to believe that it's this fire started somehow that took out Osha and May's family. But
Mhm.
that sentence of we don't use this lightsaber. What it was like, yeah, she doesn't use it, like basically there it's not a weapon to kill indiscriminately.
Hmm.
And May immediately retorts with, yeah, yeah, you do. That leads you to think that something more happened, right?
Yep.
Yes. This was also hinted during the second episode with Torben, where he
Right.
says, I think it was either him or one of the other masters that made a mistake and he regrets it. And that's why he took that
Yeah.
vow
Mhm.
to like never do anything ever again, basically. Forgot what
Yeah.
the vow was called. It was like the Bushin vow or something like that. But yeah, it's also hinted at during the second episode where I hopefully that's going to be explored more within this the up and coming episode or
Mm-hmm.
the next episode after that
Yep.
because that's very interesting to me and I do want to see that.
Yeah. That's why I think like May knows that they did something, and that's why she's on this like revenge tour. and not necessarily just because like she hates the Jedi just because they're Jedi. Like I think they did something, and I think So was probably involved. I think Yord was probably involved. There's
Well,
probably other people.
it's already been confirmed that Soul, Andara, Torben,
And
and one other
the
was,
Wookiee one, I forgot his
yeah,
name.
Yeah.
they
Tanaka.
were all involved in
Hmm.
that fire, and that's
Yep.
why May is specifically only targeting those four.
Yep. I think Yord is part of the next generation of evil.
You and Yord, oh my goodness.
I didn't know you felt this way this strongly that Yord is evil.
I don't know. I just get the vibe that like he's a bad dude. I
No,
just
he's
get
just a
that vibe.
dick.
I do
I
agree with
mean,
AJ. I think he's just a dick.
it could be a dick and not be like, I guess, a horrible person. I get the vibe that like he would kick a kid, you know?
He's a goody two. No, he is a goody two. He's one of those people that are. He's one of
I,
those classmates that were like, "Hey, didn't we have homework?" He's one of those people, and I don't
yeah,
like.
to AJ's allegory about it being the police, he's definitely a stop resisting type of person.
Yes.
See, that's not a good one if we're talking about that.
But I think to this point of I don't see him as like, oh, he's a dark side user. Soul, the jury is still out. I think he's very much a Qui-Gon type of Jedi. Where if somebody was like, man, Qui-Gon got pushed too far, I feel like a lot of people probably wouldn't have been like, oh man, not Qui-Gon. They would have been like, well,
You know what
Sandra
would be
there.
crazy if there was another twin and it was Soul.
If they were if he had
Oh,
twins
God.
too.
Yes. I think a lot of people will hate that, but I will specifically love it. I don't know
That would be
why.
kind of weird.
Double twins.
It would be crazy.
I guess so it kind of makes sense, like why he feels so connected to OSHA, but I wouldn't personally want to see another set of twins.
it would be insane. But I really do like what they're doing with this overall. It feels like this series is going to dive obviously really deep into like the mystery because there's definitely a quote unquote murder mystery, not in the sense
Mhm.
of you're figuring out a who done it, but you're piecing together well what led you to this. But it's also very much I feel like about like the duality of the force of what makes somebody good, what makes somebody evil, and
Mhm.
how do you react to the driving force that took you that way.
What I'm not liking right now about the show, and I love the show by the way, but I was really hoping that they'll like expand a little bit more. I didn't know it was gonna be like the who done part.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was gonna be that short. Like I wish they could have expanded on like was was OSHA really the one that was doing all these things, like having a
Uh,
trial and all of that within the show, but everything was like resolved so quickly. And
Yeah, I
at
want to
least for
say
me.
yeah.
no. I think I would agree with that because I think what that was first episode.
Yep.
Like I was fine with May realizing that OSHA was alive. Like
But
that's
that was in the
fine.
second episode.
Well, no, because which episode
Or
was
you
it
mean
where they were
OSHA
in the
realizing that May was alive with
yeah, OSHA realizing
Yeah.
that May
the
was alive. Yeah,
visions and stuff?
yeah, with the
Yeah.
visions and
But
everything. Yeah,
this is going to take us a while. We're still getting confused with the with
right, right. But I was fine with. I'll just put it like this: I was fine with one of the twins figuring out the other was alive, but everybody just sort of accepted it as fact right away, and then it was confirmed to those who were holding it off, like holding out the relief in the second episode. I do agree with you. It would have been cool for that mystery, or even to sort of play with it with the viewers to be like, well, is OSHA kind of going crazy?
Mhm.
Is she like having moments where she's blacking out or something? Where so you sort of
Mhm.
that's sort of the driving mystery of the series. But I'm curious if the reason why they did that so quickly is because they're hiding a deeper mystery. Like maybe that's a red herring of something.
Maybe.
Mhm. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so it's we're gonna get to our favorite part of any series we watch, predictions.
Ooh.
Jamie, we'll start with you. I'm writing them down this time so we can keep track.
Oh no.
So, where do you think we're going here?
I'm gonna be very conservative. OSHA breathes in the next episode.
No, no, no.
Like that's gotta be true. Um, I feel like I'm gonna stick with like Soul and Yord being something's off about them. They're sus. I don't know if they, are up to bad things or if they have been in the past, but something's going on there.
I got Soul and Yord are evil from you. Got it.
Okay. All right.
I'll go. I feel like I think that May is not the main villain of the series. Like, I feel like she's playing the sort of like the enforcer role where obviously we know already that this master is like pulling the strings, but I think even further than that, like orchestrated the whole thing, like the killing of the family down to all of that. Like everything was orchestrated from this mysterious Sith. AJ, what you got for us?
All right. My prediction is that we will figure out who is the mask character at the end of this. And my prediction is it will be a younger Darth Plagueis.
Mm.
I'm gonna predict that.
A Darth
Uh,
who?
we know that Darth Plagueis had a Padawan with Sidious, but I think a cool twist would be that he had another Padawan prior to Sidious. We all know that Sidious was what 50 around what 50, 60 during the Phantom Menace,
Yeah.
or yeah, around that age. So we know that he wasn't born at all during this time period. So I think it would be cool to have someone else within that area, or Plagueis isn't. Plagueis is the one that is the acolyte, and his master is the one like controlling everything. And I forgot his name. It's like Turnibus or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I know
Plagueis
it's
is
weird.
master. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually a really
And
good
May
theory.
May isn't like an acolyte or anything. I think she's just being controlled by the acolyte, which is the mask character. And what you were talking about that May being not being the main antagonist, I agree with that. I think she's like not even like secondary. She's below that, and she's just being used.
Yeah, that's why I was going with the whole everything was orchestrated part, because I do think that just from what we've seen in like the Skywalker saga and beyond, the Sith are very much like we'll play the long game. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so I could fully see this being a reason that they wanted to set everything in motion. So you start this way, and then you get the full culmination, obviously, wherever. And to your point of there being of even the mass character, whoever having a pattern or having a just like a student prior to Sidious, it makes sense just from what we've seen historic, especially during the rule of two. It's always I need two strongest, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So say if this was his student, yeah, when a stronger student in Sidious comes along, you dispatch the other one. That's just sort of the rule of law.
Or
So
they just die in
or
battle.
yeah, or they just died. Well, that's also dispatching. I mean,
Yeah.
the battle did it for you, but I had to find a new student in order to continue this.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, though, it sounds like we are all very much excited for where this series goes, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
I like it so far. I wasn't expecting murder mystery kind of thing, so I'm excited about that.
I'm sad that it's only 8 episodes.
Ooh,
How long were these episodes? They were like 32 minutes, somewhere around
like
there.
It felt like, yeah, like
40?
32, 35. Do you think it was 40? Let's go
I
to
don't
Disney.
know.
I felt like it felt
I
longer
remember it
because
had
we
like
had
5 minutes of credits on one of them.
Yes. And that's what I thought, like 30, 35. Cause yeah, I thought the runtime, like when you clicked on it, said 40 minutes, but like you said, 5 minutes of credits, which is insane without having any type of like post credit scene or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like, we're, like we said, we're all in a good space with the series. I wish it was more. Do you think this gets to season 2?
I don't know.
Yes, I think so.
You think
Oh
this is
well, I gotta wait for a couple more episodes to.
Well, I'm saying early, just off what we know so far and where you think it's going. Does this feel
Oh
like a
yeah, yeah,
multi-season
yeah.
series? Okay.
I don't know. Seth is telling me no. I'm gonna say no. I have no
To
idea
be
though.
fair, Leslie did say she has a roadmap for a season 2.
Oh,
Ooh.
you
Yeah,
cheat. I see.
You cheated.
so she's prepared for a season 2, but it might.
uh-huh.
Mm. I mean, I think it should be a multi-season series. I feel like this goes very much what especially AJ and I have been asking for. We're firmly outside of the Skywalker saga. Like, yes, where this series can go, it will likely have ramifications for you're going to be going to there eventually. But this is something where, like we were saying, you are definitely able to create your own history here.
Mhm.
You just got to make sure that the ending plays well with what's already been established.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even have to go to the ending. They can
No, you
technically
don't.
go back further back if they wanted to,
Yeah,
like what they're doing with the novels right now. It's going like 200, then it's going to 300, it's going to 400 for each phase. I like that way. And then we can get the Old Republic, much like Leslie wants as well. She did say that she wants a Old Republic series. So maybe that could happen. I'm hoping for that.
that would be dope. I would definitely be excited for that. But only time will tell, and we will be
Yep.
here to chart that path and talk about it as always.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
So, AJ, where can the people find you? What you got coming up?
People can find me at collider.com, and I should be having what is it? An anime list for June coming up very
Ooh.
soon.
Ooh, like just what to watch in June, or
What to watch in June, anime to watch in June.
nice,
And
nice.
you can find me at Twitter at K Nerd 89, and I'll be there basically like every second of the hour. If you want to talk, if you have concerns about any anime, comics, manga, just everything nerd related, you can just come talk to me. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, Jamie, how about you? Where can they find you? What you got coming up?
Oh man, Didge. They can find me at Swiper
Such a
underscore.
loaded way to answer.
I was just thinking and tired. But y'all can find me at Swiper underscore Prime on Twitch and YouTube. We've been streaming the Summer Game Fest. It's still going on as of recording. Tomorrow is the Ubisoft conference. By the time this comes out, that'll probably be on the channel.
It's
Um.
coming out in the morning. So later
Oh.
today.
What?
Okay. Well, there you go. Um, but yeah, that'll be going on, and probably some other gaming stuff later on that I'll cover as well. So yeah, come through for that if you're hype about some gaming news.
Yeah. You can find me at Didge underscore DEE everywhere. Obviously, you're already on the Geekset podcast page. So while you're here, hit the bell. We got a bunch of stuff coming out. Like Jamie said, it's definitely been a lot of gaming stuff. As of release later today, um, are you what time is the Ubisoft thing? Do you know?
I think it's at 9 o'clock Eastern.
In the morning?
No, at night.
Okay, nice. So okay, I'll be live watching it then.
Assassin's Creed, baby.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't in the morning because otherwise it's rewatch. So definitely, we will definitely be around talking gaming. Definitely gonna be talking Assassin's Creed, Star Wars Outlaws. There's so much to talk about, and we will be there to cover as much as we can. But until next time, everyone, peace out.
Peace.
Bye.